So the ideal agent for imaging infections should be readily available, it should be safe, it should be sensitive, specific, rapidly completed, should give us an idea of the extent of the infection. We'd like to be able to use it to monitor treatment response, and we should be able to use it more than once. And some of the antigranulocyte antibodies can only be used once. The other thing that's important for us to remember, and I'm not going to go through this whole list, is that everything we're doing today in terms of infection imaging is host response imaging. We do not have a single agent that is specific for infection. A reviewer once criticized a paper that I had written saying that white cells is specific for infection. No, white cell imaging is not specific for infection imaging. It's specific for imaging white cell migration, which is oftentimes associated with infection, but can be associated with inflammation as well. Gallium-67 citrate, the uptake mechanism is multifactorial, non-specific. We typically wait 48 hours between injection and imaging. Test has limited resolution. Indications today primarily interstitial nephritis and as an alternative or substitute for 18F-FDG when it's not available for things like FUO, spondylodiscitis, and sarcoid. Some examples of normal gallium scans, you can see the wide variety in the normal biodistribution. This happens to be a postpartum woman. You can see the intense uptake in both breasts, variable skeletal uptake, variable soft tissue uptake, and of course, variable bowel uptake. We found gallium-67 to be helpful in a patient with acute renal failure and facilitating the differentiation of interstitial nephritis from ATN. Remember that it's reliable only in acute renal failure. You want to image at least 48 hours after injection because during the first 24 hours post-injection, the kidneys are the principal excretory pathway of gallium. The criterion for a positive study is renal uptake, more intense than lumbar spine activity. In terms of spondylodiscitis, if you're going to perform the bone scan, and I know that lots of people still do, the gallium scan will enhance the specificity of the bone scan. It will detect adjacent soft tissue infection, which you almost never see on the bone scan. And it's been reported to be, as this case illustrates, in elderly patients more sensitive than the bone scan. So here's your bone scan. 2 to 3 days later, the patient underwent gallium imaging, and you can see lower cervical, upper thoracic spine osteomyelitis with extension into the adjacent soft tissues. Gallium-67 SPECT-CT. Of course, we've already talked about SPECT-CT. Certainly improves the accuracy of gallium imaging in this case.